Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map. Welcome to December. Wow, it's really grey and really dark in Poland, so it's Saturday morning and I thought, why not make a December video for you guys? And because I haven't made a video for a few days and I miss it. I kind of like doing videos right now. So to keep it quite simple and fun, and because I mostly love watching videos about other decks, then I thought I'm going to make a video about decks that I feel drawn in this particular December of 2018. Before I start, I wanted to say how fast the year goes. Do you guys have the same sense that December is just starting, but it feels already like it's ending? And in general, I feel in this mode of really feeling the end. And 2018 wasn't too bad for me, but it also wasn't any spectacular year. It was quite good when it comes to travels because I finally managed to go back to Australia, and that was amazing. It was also quite good when it comes to decks because I found quite a few decks that I really like, and I'm going to make a special video about 2018 favorites, right? So this is coming, but for now I'm just noticed that in this December, because it's so grey, I wanted to show you decks that I'm feeling drawn to and that I reach for right now for my own readings and for people as well. So I love Carol Hetzer's decks and I have been drawn to those a lot right now, just because probably they're colorful, they have all these energy twirls, and even though they Rider-Waite-Smith, I still really like them. So they're beautiful, they make me feel happy, and somehow I like reading with them, Rider-Waite-Smith is just such a familiar system to all of us who read tarot. Doesn't matter if you also can read Thoth or Tarot de Marseille. Rider-Waite-Smith is like engraved in my brain. so Carol Hetzer's deck. This is Illuminated Tarot, medium size. So this is the perfect size. It's called perfect size, with mystic background, and I have a video of size comparison of Carol Hetzer's deck, so if you put in the search on my channel Carol Hetzer, you probably will be directed to few videos with her decks. And this is original illuminated, by the way. I also have the elemental rainbows, and also beautiful, very gorgeous. So I use both of those. Very much I feel drawn to using the Sacred Creators Oracle. It's the kind of one of those decks that fits with any other deck that I have, really. And it's beautiful, and it's created by our gorgeous Chris Ann from Pixel Curio on Instagram. And I'm waiting with anticipation for the two of her new decks that she's creating, the Lightseer and Muse Tarot. So I backed them both on Kickstarter, and they're coming next year, probably around March or so. So let me just pull one card for us, just to make it a little bit more interactive. Oh, I wanted to pull this one, seriously. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. There we go. No more explanation needed. Awesome. So yeah. And I noticed I'm just kind of drawn to lighter decks, to happier decks. So I pulled also the Inner Hues Lumina Tarot. And it's another deck that I was on the fence with for a while because of the figures, like the people. But I love this deck. I have to say that it reads really well. And when I look past those kind of model-looking people, I love the pippishness of the miners and the kind of gorgeous colors and lightness that this deck also brings with itself. So this is a deck that really kind of draws me right now. I love this new High Priestess. Actually, I think I prefer the new one to the first edition one. Some of the cord cards are okay. We know about that unfortunate Queen of Pentacles that I changed her hair and added a lot of hair to her, but how cool is the Queen of Cups? She's pretty hot. What did I want to look for her so you can see? Because I just couldn't stand her. She was so skinny. How gorgeous is this Ace of Pentacles too? Lovely. So now I kind of added a lot of her hair. So first I think maybe my addition was a little bit better because I didn't add that dark black. I'd only used the pencil, but I didn't cover her arms. And then I just see how skinny she was. She's bloody Queen of Pentacles. So I made her hair like really abundant. So anyway, despite hair, Lumina Tarot is very cool and I really like reading with it, and actually it gives me personally really beautiful and soulful readings. Another deck that I love and I'm really drawn to right now is the Tarot Symbolique Masonic, so Masonic Tarot by Jean Bouchard. And this deck, it's quite a large deck. I think it's out of print, but if you like the look of it and this cool tape, like the golden metallic kind of color paint, it's a pip deck. So also, you know, you have to be willing or loving like me reading with pips. But the major arcana, oh, they're so gorgeous. And the coloring of this deck, just the feel of it just feels good. I love using it. So like last few weeks I would be just constantly grabbing this deck, and together with Buddha Tarot actually from Robert and Place, they look really nicely together. I want to show you maybe a few of my favorite cards. You can probably see, I'm pretty sure I've done the walkthrough or review of this deck on my channel, so you can also, you know, take a look if you put in the name of the deck, or if I remember I will link it below. How cool is this Ace of Wands with all the chakra work? So this is very beautiful. Love this Judgment too. So this deck is gorgeous, and I think again because it's quite colorful, I haven't used it for a while. It's like, hello, use me, use me. Another one that I also reached for recently was the Serpent Fire Tarot, and it's a crazy deck. Really well written booklet, by the way. It's written by Devani Wolfe of Serpent Fire, and you know, she's made a few decks. She's quite well known in our tarot community. And I love this deck. Now I think there's a version without those crazy borders that she sells in her shop. But I have to say that I love those borders. They're trippy. But the images are quite trippy too, you know. It's like being a little bit on acid. So I actually love these borders. How crazy is this card? It's Ten of Swords, but it could be also Wheel of Fortune, like so Serpent Fire, beautiful deck. It's a rage deck. It's great for like dream work. Whenever I pull an image, you know, I can kind of like, it really stimulates my imagination. I can go in and lots of different connotations pop in. And so there's some nudity in this deck as well, but there's also Frida Kahlo. So it's a cute deck. I really like it. And maybe because it's kind of rich and not very obvious, I really like using it right now. But then again, that's the opposite of it. So the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, which I got from a swap with lovely Magda from Wolf of Coins. And maybe it's because the Christmas is coming and I'm in Poland, and you know, the season is very Christian based here. And I was brought up in this tradition, so despite the fact that I'm not a Catholic girl anymore, I love kind of this tradition for, because I, just my childhood reminds me, I'm very familiar with it for any reason. So this deck reminds me of kind of this time of the year, and maybe that's why I feel drawn to it. But I also think it's a great deck if you learning Rider-Waite-Smith. It's very close to the original. It has all the symbols and stuff, but yeah, it has this different feel to it, and I really love that medieval sense. And I've studied a lot and all this artwork, and just love the appearance of angels and the gorgeous figures, the faces. It's a beautiful deck, so I really enjoy using this one right now. And I like using it with Dust to Onyx Tarot. They look good together, really good. Try it out if you have these two. And then there's only two more decks. One, the Pranic Rooms Tarot Ozarks, and it is, I raved about this deck for ages on my IG, here on the channel as well. So it's one of my favorite Tarot de Marseille decks these days. So love it, constantly in use. And another deck that I reached for, which I have kind of forgotten about. I mean, I borrowed it. No, I lent it to my friend, and then I just got it recently. And this is Sacred Journey into the Animal Realms by my friend Kai Crow. And this is a sweet oracle deck. It's an animal-based oracle, but all the animals that she pictures in this deck, she knew personally because they look after animals, and you can read about, the work that they do. Probably when you put into Google Sacred Journey into Animal Realms Oracle, you will see how many animals they helped. And Kai wrote a few books on her journey of her life, and how it happened that they looked after the animals with her partner Gil. So it's a very interesting and very inspiring person. And if you want to support their work, you can purchase this oracle, or you can just enjoy it, So the artwork is also a little bit trippy, we could say, but all of the cards and portray animals that they actually personally knew. So in the booklet, there's a story attached to each of the animals, and Kai describes quickly and shortly, what the animal, like the animal's story. And this is Kai. So this deck is very soulful. If you need like a warm hug, and then this is a gorgeous deck. So these are my kind of December decks, in a sense that that's what I feel drawn to. I started reading this Untold Tarot by Caitlin Matthews, so I'm not very far off. I'm just on the juggler, really. There are a few mistakes in the book, which kind of I find a little bit like, seriously. So the Temperance. Oh well, it's the Temperance. I spoke with Lena about it, and there's a few more like this, that the cards are signed just wrongly. They're not what they are. So they're depicting another card, and the name of the card is just wrong. But nevertheless, it's a well-written book, I think. At least I'm not getting bored when I read it, because recently I'm, a bit demanding on my tarot books. So I'm curious how it's going to unfold, because I think the most interesting bits are towards the end, when she shares the ancient divinatory techniques and stuff like that. So this is, maybe I will do a review as well, but I know that Lena wants to do one. So you guys maybe want to check if Tarot of Transformation put up a review on this book. And that's it, my friends. I have to say, time is flying, and I might just be doing some wands, I think, in December, or maybe resting. I don't know. We'll see how the inspiration and the muse treats me. But I have still a few, like a batch of mini ones to finish, and a few of the bigger ones as well. So I'm waiting for that, inspiration to hit me. But nevertheless, I wish you a beautiful December, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.